In this video, we are discussing vectors in Java.
Here in this particular program, we have defined one num vector, which is the object under the class vector and which will contain integer type objects. So here you can find that it is containing integer type objects. So integer is nothing but a wrapper class under which objects will be defined, and that those objects will be kept under this vector object num vector. So now we are going to add some items to this particular vector object. So numVector.add is a method with the help of which you can add some items into this vector object numVector. So here we have added say 5 such objects, and these objects have got added with this numVector. So now if I want to print the size of this numVector, so that means the number of objects it is containing, we are expecting that it will print 5 here. So let me go for the execution. Here you can find that the size of the vector is being shown as 5 because here we have added 5 objects of integer type. So now we are going to print all the members of this num vector. So in that case, I've just printed this one in this way, the system.out.println numbers with a concatenation with this num vector, that is a vector object. So what is the outcome in that case? We are finding that this 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, they have got printed. Now also we can access these members using a for each loop. Just see here, this is the integer class. Under this integer wrapper class, we have defined one object, that is a num, and using for each loop we are through the iterations we are retrieving each and every element one at a time through these iterations, and they are getting printed. As a result of that, we are getting the outcome, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 got printed in the separate lines because here we have used println function here. So now we are going to add another integer object, there is a 100 to this at the location number 3. So subscript number 3, we know that in case of vector, the subscript will be starting from, the index will be starting from 0. So as the index will be starting from 0, so at the third index we are going to insert this 100. So now later we are going to print this updated num vector, that is a vector object. So we are finding that this 100 has got inserted at the index 3 here because 0, 1, 2, 3 at the third index the 100 has got inserted. So now if we go on printing the size of this num vector now, so I'm just copying this line, and if I go on printing the size of this num vector, so we are expecting that it will print now 6 because one new object of integer class has got inserted here, has got added at the index number 3. So the size of the vector object is now 6. In this way, in this particular demonstration, we have shown you that how to use vectors in our Java code.